All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed videos 1 through 5 of the documentary of this 70 SS Monte Carlo I've been working on for the past month to 6 weeks at this point. I wanted to start off with this video by talking a little bit about the window studs. And I'm going to show you what you need. This is the clip that you should use. It's a long clip. Use this clip front and rear. I don't care what the factory used. These work out better. And the studs need to be placed in a position to where the window clip it'll tighten up against the bottom of the glass. So basically this bottoms out here. And it's kind of a guessing game. You can stick the clip up here, what I do, and just kind of eyeball it. You can tell right here, like, okay, well the clip needs to go right there on that line where the black and the gray primer, kind of that line right there that just kind of ended up that way. I didn't mean for that to happen. And then as long as you drill it in that vicinity where you got adjustment where it'll tighten up against the bottom, you're good. Now, one thing I want to mention is these are the screw-in studs. That's what I've used. I haven't had any trouble out of them. I'm going to show you what I use here. This is the clip that you'll need to get. It's 9546 PK, 50 pieces. You can buy them at if you've got a local auto body supply store, you should be able to get them. This is the window stud, the number 671. It's a 3/8 inch Phillips 520 screw. It says used for attacking plastic molding. Well, it'll use for plastic molding clips, but it'll also work for these steel plated, kind of chromium plated clips. You can see those are metal, not plastic. These cars are not supposed to be using plastic clips. They're supposed to use the metal clips. So that's what we're working on right now. You can go to Belden Speed's website, rustreplace.com, and look up the measurements in between here. From here to here is supposed to be around 4 inches. I actually put one here, but it's a little bit too close. So I'm going to go with this one. And with this clip slid over, it should be about right. This is not an absolute science where you put the clips. The main thing is you got enough clips in about the approximate location, and you'll be fine. So that's about what you want to see right there. You can see the gap between the top of the where the screw goes in and where it bottoms out. That's kind of where you want to be. So I got to go all the way across and do these. And then one other thing I'm going to mention here is the vinyl top. I was able to actually find the holes that I had welded up when I had the car, and because I was going back hard top with no vinyl. And so we'll have a good basis to use here off to where to put all of these studs. Now, Belden Speed has the Chevelle stud locations for vinyl top, but they do not have the Monte Carlo yet. So when I do this car, I'm going to document where these clip studs are and try to put this in video and write it down, so this will help other people. And so stay tuned for that. I got to figure out what stud size the vinyl top molding clips are. I'm going to say it's probably going to be bigger than this. So anyway, stay tuned for video. This will be video number 6 in the documentation and restoration of Jayce's 70 SS. So stay tuned. All right, so we got the window stud clips all in. You can give you a little look there, kind of give you a overview of where they go. Again, all that information's on Belden Speed's website, so no need for me to repeat what they're saying. Yeah, so what I was saying about these stud clips, they're all on Belden Speed, all the locations. Sometimes you'll run into a situation where you'll want to put a stud, add an extra stud or something. So I can't believe it. My radio's playing with my video. That's okay. right here, I don't know what happened here, but with the stud in the location, it was too low. So what I'm having to do is actually build this channel up so the windshield will lay higher, and that'll also allow, went ahead and put a stud clip there to where it'll be even, the chrome will be even with the glass. And I actually test fitted this hypothesis to make sure it was correct. I don't know what happened here in this car's life, but to me, something happened to cause this to happen. I had a lot of trouble getting this right. It was extremely low. It was almost like this whole A-pillar just dipped. So it's almost like the thing had something fall on it before, maybe. Of course, I wouldn't know. You know, I don't know. So we're just going to correct it on the fly here. And as long as you got a rust-free channel, you know, there's nothing wrong with using fiberglass to build the channel up. That's the way I chose to do it. But you'll want to test fit all your chrome. And now you can see, you know, if that's knocked down, it'll be pretty level. So that's kind of what you want to see. And that's starting to set up now. It's kind of cold here in the shop, so it takes a while to dry. And then here's a look at these. I did add an extra stud. I gapped them a little more even than the factory. I kind of usually do my own thing up here. But I'll give you a overview there. Again, all that info's on Belt and Speed's website, but I just really kind of wanted to, I like to have them a little more evenly spaced, and usually there's a big gap on one side usually, and I like to kind of correct that. So I think it does a better job. But anyway, that's what I do. You can do what you want. Did have to replace this stud here. It was bad. So anyway, there's that, and we'll continue. All right, a quick update. Hope y'all enjoyed the vinyl top video. I want to add first of all, a disclaimer. Someone took a little bit of sent me a message, and the guy I was using the pictures, and said that I may have had the dimension a little off here. So if I do, it's no big deal. I can always move the stud over if it needs to. But remember, this trim here will also slide in and out, so it can be adjusted. So I think either the way I was holding the tape measure was a little off from the way his pictures were or whatever. But anyway, just be mindful of this area right here. But otherwise, I hope that can be of assistance to y'all in the future. But anyway, want to show you a little bit about what I've done here. This video is kind of going to be a little different, because what you're going to see, what you saw earlier in this video was actually taking place before the vinyl top trim video. But I stopped all the other updates to do the vinyl top stuff. So what we got here, we got a painted firewall, we've got some lines installed, we've got proportioning valve fitted and installed, we've got our fuel line rebent. You'll notice earlier in the video we talked about this bad control arm. So the car is basically ready to go to the exhaust shop at this point. I'm waiting on seal for good gaskets here, seal for good gaskets there. Brake line, I'm waiting on a set, but I had one, so I went ahead and put it on. I'm waiting on this one. Got to do a little something different with this, because this is different than the factory size. I've totally taken the wiring harness apart, butchered it, taken out wires that's not needed, and simplified this thing. So now we've got, basically it's made for, we'll have a wire directly from the ignition coming to the distributor for power. And we've got all the points wires removed, and all the high blower stuff removed, all the factory AC stuff moved, and we'll go from there. And Jayce is calling, so I'm going to take his call. We'll pick back up in the next clip. All right, so we're continuing along here. I'm setting the parts back up. I got the booster hooked up. Transmission lines ran. I don't know what brand of transmission lines they were, but I highly do not recommend them. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Proportioning valves on. So radiators tentatively sitting here. So got a big parts order to get together, and we'll continue. All right, for the last probably hour and a half, I've been laying on my back here, and I've been re-bending these brake lines because they were way too far forward here and way too far forward here. Well, one thing I discovered, and I got a little more work to do on that, and got the engine block painted and everything, but one thing I wanted to show you was this wreck waiting to happen, or a trouble here on this A-frame. Now you got to remember, I owned this car 7 years ago. I never did get under it, and I was under it, but I never looked this close. I just so happened to glance over here, and this control arm, it looks like something broke one time, and this thing drug for a long time, and it actually drug, like where this is curved, it drug this completely flat, drug through it where it eat through the metal, and it's starting to crack. So before this car is driven on a public highway, that's going to have to be changed. I do not do that type of thing. I'm not comfortable working around those coil springs, so I'll have this car taken to my front end shop and have the front end inspected, and anything that, if I see that, if they let that go, I'm wondering maybe some of this other stuff is questionable. So we're going to have all that checked out. Luckily, I do have an original control arm. We can replace that, but glad I saw that. So look over your cars, folks. I mean, someone else let that go. All right, so I wanted to give you an update. We got firewalls painted, Southern Polyurethanes matte black with about a 10-ounce mix with 2 ounces of clear. I splashed 2 ounces of clear in. It gives it just a little bit more sheen, which makes it look a little better. Not too flat, and it also makes it a little more durable to dirt and that type of thing. Got the engine painted. Didn't paint the valve covers because they're just too rough, so I'm going to take them off and ask him if he wants some new valve covers, chrome, or some aftermarket, or just do these, but they're just so bad, they're going to have to be done off the car with a sander, or even better yet, to have them sandblasted and painted. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Got the radiator support all painted. Still doing body work on this door. This thing's reblocked it again, like I said in the last video clip. Hopefully by the time we paint, it'll be on. No one else would probably ever see what I see, but I see it, so that's a problem. But anyway, you can see just enough sheen, not too much. And we'll continue. Now it's time to start putting the car together here under the hood to get to where it can be ran under its own power. So here we go. All right, so we're down to, we've got all the window studs put in. I think I talked about that already. I've already started to work on the vinyl top holes here. So, wrote me a little list here, and then we've started with that here. I'm taking the engine apart. I'm going to get the engine ready, flake off some of this orange paint, get it ready for to paint the engine, clean up and touch up the overspray on the frame. That good lesson here that you really just can't keep overspray off anything. And paint the firewall, top of the firewall, hot rod black, satin black. So that's kind of where we're at, and I'm going to walk you through it. So stay tuned.